Hello everybody! Welcome to another episode of Life Actually. And today, it's gonna be a special episode as etong babaeng ito, nakilala ko when she was still in high school. Okay, ganun ako katanda during that time. And now she is, when I was thinking about how to introduce her, she's like up and coming, pero established. Parang halo TV reporter, anchor for GMA. My churchmate, let's all welcome Miss Mav Gonzales. Hey, Mav!
Hi everyone! Sabi ko, baka mamaya introduce ako as established. Baka isipin niyo si Jessica Soho yung guest. Kaya sabi ko, babaan natin konti yung, yung credentials.
Natutuwa nga ako every time I see you on TV. Sinasabi ko, yun, kilala ko yun. Bata pa lang yun. She used to sing and one of the leaders sa youth group natin. Tama?
Yes. Grabe kasi iniisip ko nga ngayon, siguro nung first time tayo nagkakilala, I was half my age now. So parang, ang tagal na pala. Hindi naman ako nahihiya sa age ko po. I think nadagdagan naman yung wisdom ko as I piled on the years.
Okay, sandali. Pagka yung age mo, hindi yung maakyat yung akin. Para sa mga viewers natin, si Mav kasi kabatch yan ni Vico sa Ateneo. Hindi niya na maalala kung saan sila magka-classmate. Pero relative ang pagkatanda, no? Bata pa yan si Mav. Alright? Very
tatanggapin ko naman. Bata pa.
Mav, diretso. Alam mo, I really appreciate you. You're actually in between work right now and taking some time to spend with us here. Mm-hmm. Mav, how are things going? Briefly with working. You're not working from home. You're actually in the field, in the studio at GMA.
Alam mo, sobrang nakakatawa kasi kapag sinasabi ng mga tao na feeling nila tumigil yung buhay nila because of the pandemic, di ko talaga na-feel yun. Kasi sabi ko nga, ever since nagkaroon ng lockdowns nung March, everyday naman pumapasok pa rin ako. So, hindi ko talaga naramdaman na parang nabago yung taon ko. Siguro ngayon lang, mas stricto kami sa protocols and there have been a few times na nagkaroon ako ng COVID scare. So, magka-quarantine ka.
COVID scare?
Oo, bago mag-lockdown, isa ako dun sa mga unang na-quarantine. Kasi isa dun sa mga unang nagka-COVID, senator. At Senate
yes.
GMA.
And you cover the Senate. I always watch you. You cover the Senate, right? You're
yes, so
there.
I was interviewing that person and then the day after, sinabi niya positive siya. So parang, So ngayon, syempre yung GMA, nagpanic sila. So quarantine kami agad. Before pa mag-lockdown, ako naka-lockdown na sa bahay. And after that, parang normal day-to-day work talaga. Siguro ngayon lang, feeling ko mas maraming trabaho. Kasi marami sa amin, hindi pwede lumabas ng bahay dahil either may baby, maraming buntis sa amin ngayon, and may comorbidity. So bawal. So kaming mga bata na mga walang baby sa bahay, kami yung kumbaga naitapon sa field.
Babalikan ko yan yung love life mo, I'm sure, kasi maraming manonood at magtatanong. Pero punta muna ako dun sa COVID scare. I know you as a woman of faith. How was that ordeal na parang a lot of us were not yet so familiar with COVID and all of a sudden, I think being a reporter, medyo advanced ang knowledge mo sa amin, no? May inside info ka, tapos na-expose ka nga kaagad.
Ako kasi, paano ba, malakas yung loob ko, minsan to a fault, na parang yung parents ko, syempre nag-iingat ka naman. Like, you take all the precautions, nagmamask ka, nag-face shield ka, ganyan. Pero hindi mo kasi may iwasan na, for example, ako, nung kainitan ng COVID scare, yung assignment ko, SAP, ibig sabihin ko sa namimigay ng SAP, nandun ako. So, isipin mo na lang gano'ng karaming tao yun nandoon palagi. At syempre, kung anong areas yun, madalas depressed areas. So, nung times na yun talaga, nagtatanong ako sa office kung pwedeng wag ako sa bahay tumira. Kung bigyan nila kami ng other area kung saan kami pwede matulog at magstay muna. Kasi yung family ko lahat sila sa bahay lang, working from home. Ako lang yung lumalabas. So, inisip ko, kung ma-infect ako, I don't wanna put my family at risk.
Wow.
Unfortunately, hindi nangyari yon. So, ano na lang, sa bahay na lang, doble ingat kami. As in, lahat ng gamit ko, pagdating ko sa garahe, tanggal lahat doon, tapos i-disinfect, tapos dire-diretso ka sa banyo, ganyan. And siguro nung time na yun din, dahil nga walang binigay sa amin for us to stay away from family, siguro yung parents ko at syempre ako rin, nag-double prayers na lang kami na parang,
Yes.
sana,
Hindi ba
sana.
hindi ba intense talk or parang dramatic moment with your father, or you know how dads could be protective of their girls, or your mom? Nagkaroon ba ng konting telenovela-ish issue, or wala lang?
Ay, wala
Sanay na sila
naman.
sa trabaho mo?
Oo, kasi ang tagal ko na sa GMA. Gano'ng katagal na ba ako? Magna 9 years na. So, medyo sanay na sila na merong mga coverage talaga. Alam nila na medyo at risk yung buhay mo, literally. And I think kasi me growing up in a Christian family, so medyo medyo grounded kami na hindi naman tayo pababayaan ni Lord na parang you're doing this as part of your job. He put you there. So, siya rin magpoprotekta sa'yo. Siya yung magbibigay ng guidance sa'yo and wisdom, I guess, kung anong gagawin mo while you're on the field to keep yourself safe. At the same time, ma-deliver mo yung trabaho mo. And thank God, ang dami kong naging COVID scare. Pero, COVID-free naman palagi.
Wow, thank you, Lord. Saan mo nakuha yung tapang mo? Saan mo nakuha yung, I've always known you, I've seen you. We haven't really been in touch for the longest time. But I know of you as somebody who's, you look angelic, okay? That's the truth. I'm sure you have fans there. Pero there's a feistiness inside of you. I think you need that in your industry. Saan mo nakuha yung grit? Saan mo nakuha yung ganyan? Yung sinasabi mo, hindi ka natatakot sa mami mo, sa daddy mo, a little bit of your, education. Hindi ko alam. Saan mo nakuha yun?
Actually, hindi ko alam kasi sa bahay namin ako pinakamalakas loob. Yung merong times na minsan yung parents ko sinasabi na nila parang wag ka na nga dyan sa trabaho mo. Hindi sa COVID in particular. Pero minsan humihirit sila ng gano'n na wag ka na sa trabaho mo dahil nga parang ang delikado, especially because you're female, dahil mas vulnerable, ganyan. Pero feeling ko, ever since bata ako, ganito na ako eh. Nung bata ako, nag-chikiting patrol kami. And kapag merong mga kailangan itry doon na tipong kailangan ng extra lakas ng loob, kunwari magra-rappelling, magma-mountain climbing, ako lagi yung natutulak kasi pag ako, wala akong hinihindian. Kahit magkasugat-sugat ako dyan, parang, sige, game lang. Siguro, I grew up boyish. I grew up boyish dahil 4 uncles. And ako yung panganay. So, for the longest time, not 4 uncles, my dad and 3 uncles. So, sila yung mga kasama ko na lumalaki. So, parang, siguro, kaya ganito ako. And yun nga, nahilig din ako sa sports. And yung mga napili kong sport, for some reason, male-dominated. So, nasanay din ako na parang yung mga kaanuhan ko, puro lalaki.
Eto, for those who are listening, I actually really want to appreciate you. I'm sure hindi mo ito maaalala. Pero I have a story about si Mav. It was my first time to commentate. I tried commentating. It was on a different channel in Arellano University. And I didn't know anybody. And then I saw you. You were doing courtside. I'm sure hindi mo na naalala to. And then sabi ko, "Oy, Mav, kamusta? I haven't seen you in a while." And then sabi ko nga sa'yo na first time ko, and you said, parang you were encouraging me na kaya ko yun. I'm sure hindi mo na maalala yun, pero the first time I called the game, you were the courtside reporter.
I remember that game. And I remember, wait lang. Hindi ko na maalala kung sino yung naglalaro noon at kung sino yung kasama mo.
Si Chiki.
Pero si Chiki, okay, si Chiki.
Pero na-appreciate ko yun from church. Tagal na natin hindi nagkita, tapos in-encourage mo ako na kaya ko yan. Player ka naman before. So na-appreciate ko talaga yun. Matagal na yun, pero na-realize kong mabait pa rin yung Mav, no? Hindi siya, porket superstar reporter na siya. Pero, eto segue doon, Mav. Naabutan kita doon, siguro a decade ago maybe. And then, of course, if people follow you. You did sports for a while. Tama ba ako? When I researched about you, it was medyo accidental getting into journalism. I mean, yung ginagawa mo ngayon.
News. Medyo, kasi, okay, pwede ko pa sabihin to. I think pwede naman sabihin. Basta, alam mo naman kasi dati, di ba, yung mga courtside reporter, may peg sila kung anong itsura ng courtside reporter. And nahiritan ako na parang masyado kang mukha nene, ganyan. Kasi I was fresh out of college, ganyan. At saka, never naman ako talaga naging, paano ba?
Ako na magsasabi.
Sa pagdadami.
Hindi ka yung mga suot, yung gano'n, medyo, di ba? Ako na magsasabi.
Medyo on the conservative side ako,
And nothing against those, baka they might catch this. Nothing, kami ni Mav, we have nothing against those friends. Those are our friends, okay? Wala
That's
naman.
True,
I think it's more lang, kasi baka makat to, alam mo na.
It's more preference. And that was my preference. And parang yung impression sa akin ay, there's no room for promotion for you if that's not how you look or that's how you dress. So parang ako, gusto ko lang mag-sports. So, at the same time, biglang merong naging offer sa akin na, naghahanap kami sports reporter na babae for GMA.
Yes.
So sabi ko, sige, mag-audition ako. And the funny thing is, when you apply sa GMA, usually it takes a long time. Yung mga kasabayan ko, either merong 6 months, meron nga 2 years nag-antay, ganun katagal. Pero with me, a couple of weeks, tinawagan na nila ako, okay na. So, nag-process lang ako ng paper. So, it was 1 month, nakalipat na kaagad ako sa GMA.
Wow.
So that at that point, I was thinking, siguro, alam mo yung, parang ito yung path na nilagay sa'yo ni God. Kasi, parang everything was so easy. And everything just fell into place. The right people and the right circumstances happened at the same time. So, parang, okay, so mukhang ito talaga yung gusto ni Lord na gawin ko. Yun nga lang, nakakatawa. Sports reporter ako, di ba? Nung briefing na, dahil okay na, hired ka na, sabi ng boss ko, by the way, pag walang sports coverage, cover ka pa rin ng iba-ibang bagay, ng lahat daw. So ako naman, okay, sige po. Ayun naman, after 1 month, nagko-cover na ako ng sunog, ng mga patayan. So parang ako, ano to? Pero wala, nasanay na lang ako.
Hindi ko alam kung saan tayo nagkita ulit, pero nasa GMA ka na nun. Tinanong ko, how's it going? Tapos sabi mo, eto, pumupunta na ako sa mga presinto, yung mga napatay, ganon.
Yes.
Kaya naalala ko talaga no? Na medyo nag-iba. And then nagtuloy-tuloy na. But what's your attitude towards change? You are a sports person. You love sports. That was kind of like the direction. But as you mentioned, maybe God had other plans. Baka bumalik ka sa sports kasi I know GMA got the NCAA. Baka makita mo mag-commentate ka doon, ha? Okay? Pero for the people who are listening here, kasi ang daming changes, no? With the COVID, with the lockdown, businesses are shifting. Kumbaga, ang word nga na naririnig ko ngayon is pivoting. Ako, yung training ko naging online sa mga, how do you handle pivoting? How do you handle and navigate changes? Kasi it was a big change. Dati sa Araneta ka, sa Cubao, precinct ka na, di ba? So, how do you handle that?
Actually, ako nakakatawa kasi medyo, I like my routine. Gusto ko kung ano yung ginagawa ko, ganito palagi. Maski sa restaurant, ganito ako pag kumakain. Meron akong favorite restaurant at meron akong regular order doon. So,
sabihin mo muna sa akin, ano favorite restaurant mo? Ano ang order?
Wag na, mag-ano pa tayo, baka mabigyan pa tayo. Char, hindi. Mahilig ako sa
Bibigyan ka talaga, marami kang fans.
Bibigyan mo talaga. Gusto ko po yung cilantro, yung nacho beef.
Wow, okay.
Yun
family
talaga,
favorite din namin yun.
Yun.
Okay, tapos tuloy.
Anyway,
sorry.
Cut nyo na lang po to kumita pa yung...
hindi. Okay yun, cilantro. Go, tapos?
Tapos, nung nangyari nga yung shift ko na yun, kasi ako naman, very malleable person ako I'm very flexible. My only issue was, I'm very competitive. As in, competitive, na perfectionist, na gusto ko pag may ginawa ako, mabilis gawin, gusto ko maganda yung pagkakagawa. Dahil nga nasanay ako na yung kino-cover ko sports, sinusulat ko sports, and I used to write in English. Tapos pagdating ko sa GMA, Tagalog. Magaling naman ako mag-Tagalog, pero iba kasi yung TV Tagalog.
Tama.
Parang na-challenge lang ako. And I was really lucky because I had good mentors. Si Cara David was one of my mentors. So sabi ko, okay. So mabilis akong matututo. I think the thing that really helped me was that I had people who helped me.
Wow.
And I was open to listening to them. Kasi pwede ko naman sabihin na halimbawa, sports naman i-cover ko bakit ako magpapa-mentor sa isang tao na ang expertise niya ay documentaries na seryoso, di ba? Pero me kasi, I like learning about things in general. I like reading random things. And I think that helped me rin in the long run dahil as a reporter, you don't know what you do. Every single day is different. Every single day you cover something else. So maganda rin na marami kang alam about different topics, different subjects. And ayun, siguro if you considered pursuing a job in this industry, you really have to be open. That's the word. You have to be open to new people, new experiences, and new challenges because every day is gonna be different at saka kailangan marunong ka mag-adjust. Yan, adjust. At saka matuto po kayong tumakbo in high heels. Ilang beses na ako na-biktima niyan. Nakaporma ka dahil formal yung event na i-cover mo tapos biglang tatawagan ka, oy may sunod dito, doon ka na. Tumatakbo ko naka-high heels.
Talaga? At naputol na ba yung heels mo habang nagre-report ka? O hindi pa naman? Hindi
pa naman. Marunong na ako tumakbo ngayon in high heels.
Pero yun yung sinasabi mo, I guess yung parang what we with the growth mindset that you have, I think we've seen that in you, how you've pivoted and really grown in your career. So it's always good to see you. And I'm sure marami pang in store sa'yo with journalism and GMA. I have a question, no? Kasi like ako, I'm a coach. I do mga team buildings. And sometimes when I have a bad day, I kind of tend to bring it at home or sometimes nadadala ko. But when I'm thinking about your career, it's a little bit different. You're talking... You're in the Senate, very controversial issues, very life-altering, nation-altering issues. You're in, jail or, reporting about sunog, death. How do you manage to... Kasi ako, parang natalo lang sa basket ng Ateneo, di ba? Parang natalo kami, ang bigat. Pero there's nothing compared to what you face. As you said, hindi mo alam what you're gonna face that day. How do you handle that? How do you navigate, seeing these, I'm sure the good things are great, but how do you navigate itong mga parang traumatic things na napapanood namin sa TV?
Siguro, okay, sige, let's cut it into two. Yung isa, yung mga pangit na coverage in the sense na, halimbawa, yung mga nakakakita ka ng patay, nakakita ka ng tragedies, ganyan. Merong times talaga na naaapektuhan ka psychologically. Nung war on drugs, nataon pa panggabi ako noon. So, nung time na yon, every day, mahina yung 10 patay na makita ko. Imagine mo, you cover 10 bodies, pakakita ka 10 pamilyang nag-iiyakan. So, parang, nakaka-drain talaga. At merong mga nag-resign na reporter because of that, dahil hindi na nila kaya. Ako, we went through debriefing sessions nung time na yon kasi minsan kailangan mo talaga professional help kapag gano'n nakagrabe yung mental and psychological and emotional stress na pinagdadaanan mo. And I think it helped also kasi like what I said earlier, I grew up in a Christian family, so everybody's encouraging. And minsan yun nahihirit yung parents mo na kung masyadong mahirap, edi hanap ka ibang trabaho, ganyan. Pero for the most part, they were very encouraging. And close-knit family kasi kami. So, minsan pag meron akong kinaiinisan na nangyari sa trabaho, very open, ikukwento ko sa mami ko, sa daddy ko, lalo na sa sister ko, we're very close.
Is she younger, older?
She's younger, 5 years younger. Pero mature naman siya mag-isip, in fairness. Minsan, you're not looking for advice, you're just looking for people na maging sponge at makinig sa'yo. And yun yung maganda. And I said I was gonna cut it in half, yun yung mga tragedies. But then there are also times na makaka-experience ka na alam mong tama yung ginagawa mo, alam mong you're doing your job, pero people get mad at you or people
Yes.
bash you, ganyan. Especially online with social media, maraming bashers, maraming haters. I've just learned not to take it personally. Because number one, alam natin, it's a fact, maraming troll farm ngayon na
Yes.
minsan, hindi nila gusto yung sinabi mo, ayan na, mga dami, libong comments na, ganyan.
Do you read them? Do you read them?
Not anymore. Minsan kapag pag natitripan ko lang. Pero, yun nga, I've learned not to let it affect me. Kasi nga, it's a black hole. Kapag nagpa-apekto ka sa comments, especially anonymous naman yan, di mo nga alam kung totoong tao yan, di ba? Parang pinainit mo lang yung ulo mo. So, as long as you know you're doing right, you're doing your job well, then that's fine. Ako, lagi ko sinasabi, the only comments na kailangan mo ay yung comments ng peers mo at ng boss mo. Dahil yung boss mo, siya nakaka-oversee sa'yo. And yung peers mo, kasi kami yung pare-pareho ng pinagdadaanan, kami yung pare-pareho, makakapagbigay sila ng advice sa akin na maayos. Pero online, bihira talaga ako magbasa na ng comments. Kung hindi ko po kayo nare-replyan sa comment section, pasensya na eh. Kasalanan ng mga troll yan, kaya bihira na magbasa.
Buti na lang rin-replyan mo ko nung minessage kita para i-guess dito. Thank you, ah.
Ay, grabe.
Ay, ito na, sandali. Ito, medyo curious ako regarding, I know you also have, you're very smart, cum laude in Ateneo, okay? Nax, talagang pinromote ka na, cum laude in Ateneo.
Thank you.
ABCom, okay? And you also have your certain views about how to run the government or etc. I don't want to get controversial. I guess my question is, how do you navigate and how do you go through etong meron kang paninindigan, tapos you are, I don't know, reporting or seeing something na medyo against your paniniwala. Parang paano ka naging, di ba, may isa kasi akong tita na parang yan din, anchor din. Baka kilala mo, hindi ko na sabihin yung pangalan. Yung how to be objective, yung paano ba ginagawa yun? Hindi ka, naiinis ka rin ba sa bahay mo or paano yun?
Siyempre naiinis ka. Siyempre naiinis.
Huwag na tayo specific ha. Wala na yun kasi baka
mawalan ako ng trabaho. Pero
how do you become objective? How do you...
Oo. Siguro kasi maganda rin.
Anchor ako, reporter ako.
Siguro kasi maganda rin sa GMA, ever since we started, isa yun sa mga palagi sinasabi sa amin. Be fair, be accurate, be objective. So, usually naman kasi lalo pag political issues, always two sides of the coin. So, if meron ka nitong isang to, siguraduhin mo meron ka din nitong isang to. At kapag nag-report ka, you put them together. And you make sure equal airtime. So, usually naman, pag meron akong kinaiinisan na nangyari, meron namang sagot yung kabilang side na pinaniniwalaan kong yun yung mas tama, ganyan.
Galing.
Sabihin sa report ko. Pero, GMA is very, very particular with this. Minsan nga, parang feeling ko ang OA na kasi literal nagbibilang ng minutes. Kunwari, 2 minutes ang inere namin sa side nito letter A. Kailangan si letter B, 2 minutes ka rin.
Galing.
Ganun sila kaarte sa pagka-fair sa news. And I think it has served us well over time. And ako personally lang talaga, yung personal opinions ko, I keep it to myself and to people I really trust. Kapag, pag kinausap mo, halimbawa yung best friends ko or yung kapatid ko, alam niya lahat ng hanash ko. Pero, I don't let it affect my job. Dahil nga, as a journalist, you're supposed to present facts and then you let people form their own opinions. You're not supposed to push your opinion on them. Dahil, wala, mag-tabloid ka na lang kung ganun, mag-editorial ka na lang kung ganun.
Super galing. I mean, very, I hope you know what the impact that you are having with so many people, Mav, kasi parang kailangan natin yung truth talaga and sila na bahala, no? Kung sila na magde-decide kung ano ang kanilang opinion. Medyo light naman ng konti kasi napunta na tayo dun sa mga funniest, like kunyari, lola ka na. Mamaya, tatanungin kita sa love life mo. Sorry, kailangan ko tanungin, okay?
Required ba
Pero,
talaga yun? Grabe talaga. Oh.
kailangan, lola ka na. No? Kunyari, lola ka na, tapos tatanungin ka, Lola Mav, ano, balita ko, reporter ka or anchor ka before sa GMA. Ano ang pinaka nakakatawang storya na maikikwento mo sa apo mo?
Ay, ang hirap pa. Okay. Okay, meron akong dalawang naaalala. Merong isang
sige,
beses,
go, shoot.
magla-live report ako nito. Tapos, pag live report ko, kasi kapag nasa bagyuhan kayo, meron kayong special na machine na ginagamit para maka-hook up kayo sa Manila, para maka-ere kayo. Eh, wala kaming monitor dahil nga bagyuhan, walang signal lahat ng bagay. Wala rin ako yung earpiece na nilalagay nila para naririnig mo yung anchor. So, basically, wala akong alam. So, nakatayo lang ako, hindi ko alam, nakikita niyo ba? Ganito. Ang tagal. Tinawag na pala ako. Parang mga 10 seconds ako nakaganon on air. Tapos inisip ko naman, walang nagsasabi sa akin. And at the same time, bakit hindi nila pinutol on air? Pero yun, buti na lang dahil nga walang report at siguro dahil bagyuhan, so yung mga tao hindi na rin nila naisip mag-record na ganyan. Never siya naging viral. So,
Kaya pala
ilang
wala.
tao lang yung ilang tao lang yung nakakaalam na meron akong gano'n. Na 10 minutes na nag-fish face lang ako sa TV. Meron namang isa, ito coverage naman. Nag-cover ako ng Pacquiao fight. Alam mo yung mga Tecate girls, yung mga sexy girls na yun. Merong isang girl na, syempre nag-interview kay Manny Pacquiao at alam mo kapag lalo abroad, sobrang siksikan kayo. May isang girl, isang Tecate girl, ginaganon niya ako. Tapos parang ako, hindi naman kita inaagawan ng pwesto. Kailangan ko lang
Binabox out ka.
Binabox out niya ako ng bongga. Tapos, yung nakakatawa sa kanya kasi nakangiti siya. Parang, tapos, yung mga team Pacquiao, tawang-tawa na sila sa akin kasi ang tangkad niya. So, yung siko niya, nasa face ko na talaga. So, parang ako, bahala ko dyan, tinulak ko rin siya. So, kami dalawa nagaganoon kami the whole time na nag-interview. Yun lang yung wala pa naman akong bad experience talaga na yung tipong magva-viral. I hope never magkaroon.
Wala. Alam mo, chinek ko eh.
Wala ka nakita.
Wala. Meron isa, GMA reporters, bloopers. Wala ka eh, sayang nga, kunin ko sana. But okay lang, baka sobrang galing ka. Hindi ka na ipapasok doon.
Buti na lang.
Eto, next question. Change gears. Tatanong kasi yung isang kaibigan ko, may time ka pa ba na 'di ba? Parang yung mga ibang interviews mo palagi sinasabi mo no time for love life. I saw some of your interviews. And then your day off is only Friday, ma. Paano love life mo niyan? As a reporter, paano ba 'yon? Kailangan ba may asawa ka na bago ka maging reporter o
Ay, alam mo, preferably kapag ka naging reporter ka talaga, meron ka ng long-term relationship. Totoo, yung mga tao sa amin, pumasok dito na meron ng girlfriend or boyfriend, kaya nakapag-asawa sila kaagad. And a lot of the others na nag-antay, late na talaga sila nag-asawa.
Okay. So, it's not a priority for you?
Not really. I'm open, pero I'm not gonna obsess about it. Kasi I know na, for example, ako, when I turn 30, yung mga tao parang, 30 ka na, parang maghanap ka na ng, yung parang aasawahin mo na, ganyan-ganyan. Tapos ako parang,
sobra naman, aasawahin talaga.
Oo, kasi nga, parang iniisip nila may biological clock kasi yung mga babae. Pero ako naman, parang, okay lang naman. Kung may dumating, edi okay. Kung wala, okay lang. Hindi pa ako nagmamadali.
Wala ba dyan sa mga GMA, sa church?
Ay, wala dito.
Sa church?
Naku, sa church, yung Quezon Ave, yung crowd namin doon masyadong bagets. Parang yung in-between, wala masyadong tao. Either matatanda sa akin or puro bagets.
Okay. Sige.
Baka kailangan ko sumilip sa ibang branch.
Hindi ko na ipupush yun. Pero ito, with these things happening, just so many, with social media na you said, there's a lot of fake news, a lot of yung sinasabi mga farm trollers, ang daming ganon. How do you think you, as a Filipino journalist, how are you contributing in terms of your calling? I know you mentioned that God has called you there. How do you feel that you're contributing to our nation building?
I think for sobrang cliche, pero 'di ba sa GMA meron kami yung think before you click. Kasi ngayon
Yes.
talaga, like whether you admit it or not, TV and radio and print kind of take a step back to social media and online news dahil yun yung mas accessible sa mga tao. So I'm careful what I post online. And because I know na maraming tao, particularly yung mga bata, and usually mga bata sila yung mas impressionable. Yung mga bata, yan yung mas pinagkukuhanan nila ng information nila at ng news nila. And siguro for me, isa rin sa mga bagay na ginagawa ko ay I don't really perpetuate hate online kasi I think it's already such a vile atmosphere na meron tayo ngayon. And kung dadagdag ka pa by spreading hate online, I know this is not even for me as a journalist, but this is me as a person na kung meron kang nakitang mali, you call it out constructively, objectively. There's no need na mag-name calling, alam mo yun, I'm not into that. And siguro as a journalist, yun nga, I post, kunwari merong sinabing mali, I post the facts, I argue with facts, I argue with information, because it's the only way you'll beat disinformation. And hindi na lang ako pumapatol. Kapag merong mga nang tatry na mang-discredit sa'yo online or merong mga nang aaway sa'yo, lalo kung alam kong totoo naman at tama yung sinasabi ko, parang bala ka dyan, bigyan pa kita ng airtime, lalo kang sisikat. So, hindi na lang ako pumapatol. Siguro yun yung main thing sa akin. Hindi na lang ako nakikidagdag sa negativity. Yun na yung ambag ko sa mga tao.
Okay. With this, last two questions before we play a little game, no? Yung isang naku-curious kasi ako with you is, have you ever thought of giving up in terms of, nasabi mo kanina yung mommy mo, kasi ang dami kong nakakausap ngayon, no, Mav, na gustong sumuko, whether yung negosyo nila, pamilya nila, kasi nga hirap talaga tayo, and I'm sure you know that more kasi you've been around. Hirap talaga tayo, and that's the reality. People here, even in this channel, they message and they say na, diba, parang it's encouraging, ganyan, hirap na hirap kami sa buhay. Have you ever thought of ever giving up, especially in this profession that can be challenging at times?
Meron akong isang beses talaga na parang ako, ayoko na, nainis talaga ako. Ito ay nung naglaban si Pacquiao and Mayweather. And that was because I know that I was hired by GMA as a sports reporter. And then when that fight happened, biglang other people got sent to cover. And alam ko na ako yung gusto ni Manny mag-cover dahil sinabi niya right in front of me, in front of our bosses na send Mav. Dahil siya yung nag-cover ng training camp, she covers sports, why don't you send her there? So parang ako, medyo confident ako na, okay, so ako mag-cover nun. Dahil una sa lahat, ako yung may technical know-how. And what happened was, so hindi nangyari.
Okay.
Hindi ako napadala to cover that. So parang sobrang sama ng loob ko during that time that I really considered resigning. Dahil naisip ko, this is what I'm here for and I'm not doing this. So it's either they don't trust me or they just don't think I'm good enough for this.
Yeah.
And after that, nagbakasyon ako for a bit and naisip ko na there will be other fights. Well, I guess it will never be the same as a Pacquiao-Mayweather fight, but there will always be other fights. And wala, siguro during that time na nagbakasyon ako, parang in-impress din sa akin ni God na, dyan ka, parang that's where I called you. And my skills and my interests were all geared towards this job. So naisip ko, mukhang dito talaga ako tinatawag ni Lord. And
side kwento, I've seen some interviews na sabi mo you miss sports, ganyan. But do you think ngayon, moving forward, eto ka na, more on the serious journalism, more on the, Senate and ganito? Or anong nakikita mo in terms of your career? Kasi it looks good. It fits you. I mean, to be very honest, parang you're doing such a great job with it.
If I had the chance, gusto ko sports. Wala, first love ko talaga siya eh.
Talaga?
So,
As in,
oo.
sinasabi pag gusto nila ng anchor, hindi ka na dapat mag-courtside. Pang-anchor ka ng NCAA kasi I know GMA got the rights. As in, bibitawan mo si Senate tapos magpupunta ka na 3 points ni ganyan-ganyan.
Siguro dahil tumatanda na rin ako, no, I have to think about longevity. So parang kung yung kontrata ng NCAA sa GMA ay mahaba-haba, feeling ko gusto ko yun. Kasi kasi feeling ko iba yung pumapasok ka sa trabaho na super excited ka dahil super interest mo yung ginagawa mo. Kasi pag nagko-courtside ako, parang lang naglalaro eh. Nanonood lang akong basketball. Gets ko naman siya dahil it comes easy to me. At nag-enjoy ka dahil nga yun yung ginagawa mo. So if I had a choice,
parang ang peg mo na Cara David, Jessica Soho, Mel Tiangco. So, okay, medyo nasyak ako sa sagot mo.
Kung may choice naman ako, why not both, di ba? Pero kung...
Parang nahihirapan ako makita si Cara David sa sports eh.
Ayun na nga, so sabi namin, kasi marami rin kami na mga sports people na nasa GMA ngayon. Like Pia Arcangel, courtside ng Ateneo eh.
Tama.
Si JP Soriano, courtside sa NCAA before. Ang saya kapag ka nag-NCAA, tapos parang they let us do it, yung mga original sports people ng GMA. Hindi ko, it will be fun.
So, medyo na-shock ako sa sagot talaga. Na-shock ako. Okay, eto. Last question before our quick game. What got you into sports? I mean, who got you into sports? I mean, did you ever play? I don't know the answers to these questions. Player ka ba before, nung high school, college? Bakit ang hilig mo sa sports?
I tried pretty much all sports dahil, Milo baby. Yung kapag ka-summer, di ba? Yung mga summer clinic, ganyan. Every summer, ganyan-ganyan ako. Yung first na legit sport ko talaga, taekwondo. So, kaya rin ako siguro boyish yun. Yun yung pinagsimulan ko. And I've tried everything. Basketball, volleyball, tennis, swimming. I was competitive in swimming for a bit. But, nung college kasi, nagpaka-nerd na ako, nag-aral na ako. So,
Baka-nerd.
Hindi kinaya ng powers na mag-athlete din. So, yun. Siguro nga dahil nga lumaki ako na karamihan sa bahay, lalaki rin. Like, halimbawa, lumaki ako nanonood ng NBA. Kaya ako Lakers fan dahil lumaki ako yung daddy ko fan ng
congratulations sa inyo at mukhang magba-back-to-back kayo with the new recruits.
Ay nako, alam mo nakakatawa kasi Kobe fan ako so di ako LeBron fan eh. So, pero ngayon, sige na lang po, tinanggap na po namin kayo from
Ang dami niyong ganyan.
Ang
dami niyong ganyan. Yung parang sige na nga, okay lang, sakto lang si LeBron, more Lakers talaga ako.
Oo, yes, precisely, ganyan. Siguro nga kasi yun, yung daddy ko rin, mahilig sa basketball.
Lakers din ba si daddy?
Talaga. Oo, Lakers din siya.
O basta kino-congratulate na kila sa back-to-back championships niyo this year.
Thank you. Babalikan kita kapag ka nag-champion na kami ulit.
Sigurado. Dapat mag-guest ka ulit dito. Ano pang sports? Basket, volleyball?
Basket, volleyball, swimming, tennis, badminton. Wow. What else did I do?
O, babalik na lang ako dun sa love life mo. So, kailangan sporty. Paano kung nerdy na hindi talaga, ayoko ng sport?
Wala akong preference eh.
So, okay lang. Ayoko ng sports, mainit dyan. Mapapawisan tayo.
Halika rito, kukurutin kita. Huwag ka maarte. Nasa Pilipinas, kaya mo pawisan?
Okay. So, pero wala kang preference.
Ay, gusto ko matalino. Gusto ko, not necessarily like super talino, more of good conversationalist, street smart.
Okay, so dapat matalino. Sige. Ano natin yan pag gusto mo ba ilagay natin yan sa Job Street o kay Mav Gonzales?
Magpaano tayo, sa dyaryo.
Oo. Yung ad. Eto na. Quick game, Miss Mav Gonzales. This game is called Take Me to the Top, and it's really about what is on top or what is inside your head. So I'm gonna say some things, and you're gonna blurt out the first things, first word or a couple of sentences that comes into your mind. Are you ready, Miss Mav Gonzales?
Okay, born ready.
All right, born ready. Okay, simulan na natin. Go to ulam pag nalulungkot.
Fried chicken.
Okay. Anong klaseng fried chicken? Luto ni Mami o KFC ba yan? O...
Kahit ano, basta fried chicken.
Okay, go-to food pag sobrang saya.
Nachos pa rin. Yung beef
Nachos.
nachos. Yung beef
Cilantro.
nachos.
Okay.
Yes.
Sige. If you had a chance to be the best athlete in this particular sport, what sport would that be?
I think swimming. Kasi yun talaga yung naging competitive ako.
Parang mga Michael Phelps type, gano'n, kung may
Yes,
opportunity.
oo.
Alright. Favorite basketball player?
Si Kobe.
Nabuhay
Wala na
pa?
siya.
Sorry, dinagdag ko, nabuhay pa?
Grabe ka! Hi. Okay, this sounds super cliche, but Stephen Curry.
Okay naman, bakit? Okay
Oo.
si Steph Curry.
Hindi,
I
kasi
like
ang
his
cliche,
faith.
ang cliche kasi 'di ba? Parang usually when you're Christian and when you say basketball player, Steph Curry.
Okay. Okay. Favorite place, favorite type of place. So, huwag mo na sabihin yung specific kasi baka puntahan ka ng mga tao eh. Pagka ikaw ay nasa-stress.
Beach.
You like going outdoors, ganyan.
Yes.
Okay. Medyo nasagot mo na kanina to pero tatanungin ko ulit. Top criteria for suitable partner.
Okay, fine. Consistent.
Mm-hmm. Kunyari, consistently masungit, okay ka doon.
Ay, baka consistently kukurutin ko rin siya talaga.
Parang feeling ko mahilig ka mangurot. Ano ka ba, ha?
Ha?
Syempre,
kasi alam mo kapag sinasabi ko na sasapakin kita, natatakot sa akin yung mga tao, so kukurutin ko na lang.
boyish ka nga, boyish.
Oo.
Dapat, okay, kailangan mo yan. If you pursue your career in the next 10 years, who would you want to parang follow yung pattern ng karera dyan sa GMA? Number one idol. I'm sure idol mo sila lahat. Just pick one for today.
Jessica Soho.
Wow, Miss Jessica Soho. Talagang really a pillar in your industry. Nasabi mo na rin yung Lakers, no? Nasabi mo na rin yung Los Angeles Lakers. Siguro last two questions. Dream for this country.
Ang hirap naman. Ano mo yun?
Hirap, no? Alam ko kung laude ka kayo. Ano ang pangarap mo para sa ating bansa?
Na hindi depende sa political preference mo that you get the benefits of being Filipino.
Okay. Go-to book besides the Bible. Baka sagutin mo Bible, okay? Okay. Na kaya mong ulit-ulitin, basahin.
Ay, teka. Ang hirap ba?
Favorite book, kahit hindi ulit-ulitin. Basta yung... May oras ka pa ba magbasa ngayon?
Meron naman. Siguro Sapiens. Yuval Harari.
Okay.
Sapiens.
So, ano mo yan, ha?
It's really thick. Mahirap ulit-ulitin, pero maganda siya. Well, very well written.
Alright. Okay, last question. I know you're very busy. If there was this little girl na lalapit sa'yo and wants to be successful, maybe even want to be a TV anchor, a journalist like you, what would you tell that little girl, maybe 8 or 9-year-old, Ate Mavs, paano maabot yung mga naabot mo? Paano magtagumpay sa buhay? What would you tell that little girl?
Okay, little girl, alam ko little ka pa, pero tigasan mo na yung kapalan mo na yung skin mo. Bata ka pa lang. Know how to handle rejection, know how to handle disappointment. I know kapag bata ka, hindi mo yun maiisip. Pero as you grow up, they're gonna come. For sure. So, you have to learn how to handle them. And never let anyone tell you that you can't do something. Like me, people used to tell me, you can't do sports because you're female. Pero parang, so? And siguro, if you want to excel, this is not just for journalism, but for any career, you have to enjoy what you do. So, I know hindi lahat tayo merong privilege to choose what job we want to take. Pero if you can choose a job where you know you'll be happy, para cliche, pero you won't feel like you're working a day in your life.
Yeah, and that's what you're feeling right now, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Galing.
Parang naglalaro lang. Lalo na
Oh.
pag nagsisports na. PMA, NCAA po.
O, sama mo na ako dyan. Magre-report tayo together.
Halika na.
Sama tayo ulit, di ba? You know, things are booming with the female, medyo side story na to, hindi kasama sa script, but there's gonna be a professional women's basketball league. Are you familiar with that? Magkakaroon ng women's...
No, I'm not.
Meron, magkaka-women's professional league na, WNBL. Sa football naman, there was this first ever kicker sa college football, Vanderbilt. Sa men's. Siya yung first kicker. So, ang galing, ang ganda na nangyayari sa women's sport. So, baka pwede ka na talagang mag-comeback, mala Doris Burke.
Ay, malay natin, di ba? Magkaka-Olympics pa. Pag may bakuna na, baka matuloy na tong Olympics na to.
Oo, malay mo kunin ni GMA Rex. Okay, I know you're busy. Thank you for your time. Just one last thing. We really started this channel to inspire so many people, and so many people are really hurting, as we mentioned earlier. And they look up to people like you. A journalist tells the truth, and I'm pretty sure you've also gone through tough times during this lockdown, during this pandemic. And maybe we would love for you to end this episode by inspiring our viewers. A lot of people who are watching this are the ones who are really going through stuff. Okay, talagang dami natanggalan ng trabaho. May mga nag-message sa akin personally. What can you say? What can you, yung words of wisdom na maibato natin sa kanila?
Siguro una, I know that, ayun na sinabi mo na kay Elaine, a lot of people lost their jobs, a lot of people are going through bad things. And if you feel bad about what's going on in your life, don't be apologetic about it. Don't let anyone tell you na, OA mo naman, parang nagkaano lang, ganyan. Your bad feelings are legitimate. And if you need help, seek help for it. And siguro ngayon, di pa natin nakikita yung end of the tunnel, pero I'm sure things will get better. I mean, how can it not get better? We're already rock bottom. So lagi ko sinasabi, lalo ng pangit nangyari ngayong 2020. So siguro the rest of the decade will make up for all the bad things that happened this 2020. And if ever you're one of those people who've lost something, like me, I'm one of those. Siguro iniisip ng mga tao, it's all good and nice for me because I'm working in GMA, but I actually lost my show this pandemic, yung Balitang Hari Weekend. It stopped airing because of the pandemic, and we don't know if it will ever come back. So I'm one of those people who lost livelihood in a sense. And siguro yung lagi lang sa akin nire-remind dito ay nothing that is meant for you ever passes you by. And if God closes this door, He's gonna open another one. He's gonna open other ones. And just hang in there and surround yourself with positive people, because you're gonna need a lot of them. And tuloy lang, dahil kapag sumuko ka, things can never get better if you lose hope now. It will get better. I really believe that, and I really pray that, and I know that God is not done with us, and the best is yet to come for all of us. So if you're feeling bad now, I'm sorry about that, but trust that it will get better.
Wow. Thank you so much. You are, very anointed and very, I really know that si Lord, tinawag ka talaga dyan sa industry. We need more like you. Mav, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you.
Alam ko, we're in between breaks. Kumaba yata. Nag-overtime yata ako, but thank you so much. I'm sure,
okay lang.
Super, thank you. We hope to have you again in the future.
Yes.
All right, thank
you.
Sport, okay. All right, thank you everybody. I'm sure you've learned a lot from Miss Mav Gonzales, inspiring stories and kanyang mga pinagdaanan. We hope that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and also like our Facebook page. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of the week. See ya!
See ya. God bless.